I'm live. Oh, yay. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to see you today. For one thing, it means I don't have to be out working in the yard right now. I was out earlier trying to trim bushes. I tell you what, it's not as much fun as quilting. But let me get my camera. I'm trying to get my camera lined up better here. Okay, let's see. Whoops. How is that? Okay. So now I'd like to say hello to everyone. Let me get to it. Hold on. I'm so glad to be back today. Hello, quilters. So, and if you're not out there, that's all right. I'll just keep on talking because I like to talk. So, oh, Bonnie's there. Yay, Bonnie. Hello, sweetie pie. I hope you got your labels. I've been thinking about you. I thought, by now she should get her labels. So I hope. You got your labels. You are very welcome. Hon, with all the stuff you're doing for this group, we are lucky to have you. So if a few labels make you happy, that's a good thing. So good afternoon. As I was saying earlier, I was out cutting bushes, trimming bushes. We've had a good amount of rain the last month, and it's made everything kind of turn jungle-like. But I only did a few bushes, and I said, you know what? That's hard to do. It's hard work. I worked on it some yesterday and said I was going to finish up today. But, I got right tired. Well, I might have to kind of close this window a little bit. Oh, honey, I love the needle minder. It's right. Oh, I should have put it on so people could see. I've got it right over there. I love it. I love needle minders because having 3 little dogs, I worry about leaving needles on the floor, losing them. I tend to not pay attention, and I'll stick them in the arm of a chair or whatever, and then turn around and say, what did I do with that needle? So needle minders keep them close, and I love it. That was a brilliant idea. Love, love, love. You're such a sweetheart. So let me do something. I'm having can you see the sun that's coming in and bouncing off everything? Let me close part of the blinds. I'm still here. I just got to lean up and close some blinds. Okay. Oh, that'll be nicer. I am not a fan of a lot of sunshine. When I was a teenager, I spent a lot of time at Virginia Beach, on the beach, because I was Virginia born and raised. And I developed a sensitivity. Back then, we didn't know much about sunscreen and all that stuff. We were just wild and free. And now, oh my gosh, the first time of the season, I get sun poisoning where my skin will kind of swell and I get nauseous and feel chills and, it's a mess. But the reason I'm telling you about the sun is because I had my grandkids Thursday, Friday, and they went home yesterday afternoon. So I took them to the local water park, and we had the best time. And I ended up showing them. Nana had a few moves in the pool, and I had taken marine biology in high school and went down and had snorkeled 7 miles off the coast of Florida. Could kind of see Cuba far over there. But, so I had a few moves that I showed them. But then I turned around and another grandma nearby who had a really good figure did a headstand. So I gave her a standing ovation. Well, I was standing up, so I just gave her an ovation. But I said, yay, go grandmas. So anyway, let me put my eyes on, see what you're saying. Yeah, in fact, did I tell? Probably already. Oh, you're so sweet. I I think I told y'all already that the last time I went to Jenny Byers' shop, it's about a 5.5 hour drive from here. And so I do hand sewing on the way. Mark always prefers to drive. And so I went in and I had a pair of scissors hanging around my neck and my eyeglasses hanging on my neck and a needle stuck in my shirt and a bunch of threads, little snippets of threads stuck to my shirt. And I went in and Jenny happened to be there and she looked at me and started chuckling. She said, "Yes, you're a quilter." So we tend to wear our work on us, whether it's tools or threads everywhere. So, yeah, if you're right. Sunscreen, I know that there was copper tone, but did we use that? Did they try to tell us it would give us a better tan? I don't really remember how much we knew about that stuff. My sister used to put baby oil with iodine in it. And I thought, oh my gosh, she's frying herself like a chicken. But, oh gosh, the things. And then I remember when my kids were growing up, there was this thing with some neighborhood girls where they would put Crisco on themselves and go up and lay on the roof to get a tan. I can't imagine what their skin's like now. Oh my gosh, no. So, Bonnie, what have you been up to? I know you're busy doing the paint chip challenge. Boy, you got a couple of us really excited now. It's kind of neat to see people getting kind of pulled in. But I think that's the fun of having a group like this, is because sometimes we get stuck in our ruts and it's nice to be shaken up just a little. Oh, busy Pat. Hey, darling. Nice to see you, Pat. Oh, gosh, I'm so glad y'all are here. You never heard about the iodine with baby or mixing it in. I guess she was, we were fair. I was naturally a dirty blonde. She was naturally a blonde. And I guess, she thought, oh, well, we'll tan much faster. We don't tan all that well. So I'm not sure it was worth the damage to the skin. I had a dermatologist one time look at my arms, and I always just, as I got older, I got these things and I called them freckles. He said, those aren't freckles. That's skin damage from sun. I went, oh my gosh. So, but I am so glad to see Pat, Busy Pat. And Pat, I think of you as Busy Pat because you are the busiest lady. Oh my gosh. I look at all your pictures and the stuff you do and it's just unbelievable. I'm glad you're here, Busy Pat. I stayed up till 4 a.m. We're really probably a little after that, working on my retreat because I give a retreat every November and it's down in Denton and it's held at Camp Walter Johnson. And so far I've got 32 people coming. I like to try to get as close to 36 as I can. Because the money that we bring into the camp that week, which can, if I get enough people, it can be $8,000. That goes into the coffers to pay for their summer camps to very deserving children. And, nowadays we tend to forget a lot of people go to bed hungry. And I don't know about y'all, but my paycheck, my Social Security and my retirement, it's not going up. It's staying the same. But every time I go to the grocery store, the food prices are higher and the restaurant prices are higher. It's just we're sitting here with the same amount of money, but all the cost of everything is going up. So one of the things for you to remember, everyone to remember out there, is things like these summer camps. For some children, it's the only meal of the day they get. And I heard a teacher the other day say, that the children are told, bring your leftovers home so that the younger siblings can have something to eat. So, but yes, Busy Pat's pictures are amazing. In fact, I had one problem, Pat. I wanted to put pizza timer went off. All right, Bonnie, go grab your pizza, darling. But I wanted to ask Pat if she could email me her photos. I hate to ask you to go to any trouble, but I wanted to use one of your photos as a banner picture for our Yahoo group, and I couldn't figure out how to save it from the Yahoo photo album. And I'd also like to put them on the videos, but I don't know how. I mean, I looked and I can't see anything that'll allow me to save them. So they're beautiful in the photo albums, and I'm sure you're so busy. Well, I found one of the pictures. I to put it as a banner, I need something that is longer than it is tall. And I have to shrink it to like less than 2 inches by less than 1 inch to get it to go on the banner. But Bonnie noticed that I had used one of her quilts in the banner. And so I think, you know what, Pat, if you have a chance to send me a couple of your favorite ones, I think your bears are amazing. I mean, what a wonderful calling you have with those bears. And how comforting, especially when it can help heal the loss of someone special. So I think one of the bears or a couple bear photos would be great. But your work was just so amazing, so pretty. So I love using them in videos. I love putting them in the banner of the Yahoo group to kind of I like celebrating you gals, because y'all are awesome. Y'all are so talented. And at this point in our life, we should celebrate ourselves. The typical things that we were celebrated about when we were in our 20s don't really apply as much. So we have to celebrate the things we are great at now, because there are quite a few things we're great at. But so I took my grandkids to the local area pool. They have a couple now here in our town. And, it was great. They had a lazy river. They had 4 water slides. They had a couple kiddie pools and a diving board area, and which I was glad to see. I hated when everybody started yanking out diving boards out of fear. It's like, we got to let these kids be kids and let them have fun, just supervise them, use common sense. But, and then a competition size pool. So I think we did 4 lazy river rides, and that's my speed. I just sit in the tube and just let the water carry me. That's what I love best. And then we spent the rest of the time in the competition pool. But I've got to tell you, I didn't like the way the sunscreen felt when I was spraying it on. I got burnt. Oh, honey, I got burnt. And I won't bother to show you, but there's a few areas that are still quite red, quite angry. So I'm very lucky. I didn't get sun poisoning this time. And, that usually the first time I get any good amount of sun in the year, I get sun poisoning, and that just makes me ill. But anyway, let's see what Pat's saying. Bears have been keeping 2 more. Oh, hon, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Are they going to be memorial bears or memory bears for good memories? I did a few memory quilts for people, for families, and one just so her son would have a record of his baby clothes, and that was neat. And then some where they were in memory of a family member that was no longer with them. But I tell you what, working for customers is not my favorite thing to do. I've done it when I used to do alterations and all of that. But I'm working on the Halloween quilt. The newest clue is cut 8 2-inch by width of fabric strips. So the strips together, and then it came with, one moment, I'm sorry to turn my back on you, but it came with a template hold on, it came with a template, and I found, where is it? I I'm not saying my desk is messy, but I can't find anything. So, oh, here it is, right in front of me. Um, it came with a template that you could print out, and you go to your printer and you print. Take off fit to page because you want it to print 100%. Michelle is here, woo! And but went and looked through all of my rulers, which I have plenty, and found a ruler that matched the template. So that's easy for me. So after I make all like 8 sets of strips, then I use this. And I don't want to show you too much because you have to join to do it, but you make strips and then cut, and you make light strips and dark strips. So that's my next step. So as you can see, I've been so busy. I got one fabric cut out, but I thought, well, maybe while we're sitting here talking today, who knows? Then, and I can't wait. I want Michelle to tell us what she's been doing. Those were keepsakes from baby infant clothes from going home. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So, okay. So, I was working on the Merry Mayhem Mystery Quilt. And I think it was Pat that was curious to see how it was turning out. Well, I made 15 blocks like this. And I believe, isn't this Sawtooth Stars? I was making the video and I was kind of like questioning myself. Do any of you get the Quilt Show newsletter, emails? They're wonderful. And there's a Jenny Beyer block identification game, and I play it every week when that comes out. And I've learned so much from playing that. But every once in a while, I kind of question myself. It's kind of like, it's gone. Oh, thank you, sweetie. In fact, I'll go ahead and show you. Now, I've got a hint. With 15 star blocks and 15 of the other blocks, how do you assemble the quilt? Now, this is a scrappy quilt, and I don't play scrappy well. I do controlled scrappy because, I have control issues. Okay, I'll admit it. But one time, Alex Anderson on Simply Quilts had a guest who talked about putting all the fabric pieces in a brown paper bag. And then as you're quilting, you just go in and pull out whatever fabric you put out is the next piece you use. I was sitting there fussing at the TV saying, there is no way anybody's going to get me to do that. Now, I probably should widen my comfort zone, and I might learn something from that. But no, not going to do it. So I kind of control. So here's another one. This is in blues and purples. Now, my camera's probably not going to show things as accurate as they should be, but such is life. And here, oh, you know what? Hold on. I put a daylight bulb in. Oh. I put a daylight bulb in that lamp, so this probably will help. It's not quite as bright as the camera makes it, but probably a little better. And this is a lime green grunge with some kind of unusual old Jenny Beyer fabric. In fact, both of these are old Jenny Beyers. This one was one of her palette designs, and then that one was an ancient one. I'm showing my age here, girls. Okay, let's see. Thanks. That used to be what would confuse me. Same block but different names.